Dearest pen pals, prepare yourselves for an Olympic-level list of world-class pens. Who will win the bronze, silver, and gold? Let's find out in our monthly top 5. If July's top 5 pens list was an Olympic event like a triathlon, it would have come down to the wire, with the gold medal going to a surprise upset. We certainly had no shortage of contenders. Pens from around the world competed for a spot on the podium. Instead of only 3, we're making room for 5 medalists, plus an honorable mention. But first, a quick disclaimer. These top 5 pens are based on sales, likes, comments, and customer reviews on goldspot.com during July of 2021. This isn't our personal top 5 list or greatest of all time list. It's a list created by you, the fine people of the online pen community. Alright, so first up on our list is the honorable mention, which is the Lamy 2000 limited edition brown. And I say brown, you're looking at a blue pen, is because this is the previous limited edition that the 2021 limited edition follows, which is this is the Bauhaus navy blue. The brown one, and this is the reason why it comes on the list here, is that we had a very small amount of the 3,300 piece limited edition, and we sold out of them within a couple of days. And I warned you guys about this in our previous video on the Lamy 2000 review, of which I basically said that this is one of the greatest all-time pens that are out there. And these special editions that have been introduced since the Bauhaus Blue are extremely highly regarded and a very, very quick sellout. So instead of a blue Macrolon, you could envision that there's a brown Macrolon textured finish with also, instead of a silver spring-loaded clip here, you would have a brown spring-loaded clip that's still metallic as well. And of course you'd have the stainless steel grip section towards the top end here. It is a piston filling mechanism fountain pen. It's a great pen to fill up using the piston mechanism because of the hooded nib and the fact that you can get all the way down to, let's say, an ink sample or a bottle of ink, because there's not so much of a difference between the very tip of the nib and where the ink comes into the pen. This timeless Bauhaus design was produced by Gerd A. Müller, and it's a minimalist function-first design that's really accommodating of the modern writer. It just has such a great feel in hand. It's lightweight yet, but gives you a sense of like great balance, especially with the cap posted, and the texture is just so unique to this pen that no other pen quite comes like it. The 2000 in brown was introduced only with a 14 karat gold nib in fine point, so there wasn't any other option, but usually 2000s are included with extra fine, fine, medium, broad, or also sometimes you could find them in, I think, oblique as well. The 2000 brown special edition includes a biography of the designer Müller, as well as a leather-bound notebook. The Bauhaus Blue did come with a notebook as well. It was one of Lamy's first editions of their notebooks, which was hardcover and has the unique kind of like dotted and lined sort of grid style. The 2000 brown unfortunately has sold out, but it was selling for $579 each, which is quite a substantial increase in price over not only the 2000 in the Bauhaus Blue, but also like your standard of line 2000, it sells for under $200. So it is quite a premium price for a limited edition, but when you look at the secondary market and how these have appreciated over time, you can certainly see that the potential is there for the 2000 brown to also be highly regarded as time goes on, especially since it's such a small edition that had quickly sold out at the retail level. So that is your honorable mention, the Lamy 2000 in the brown. All right, so now on to our first top 5 contestant. If we were giving out medals, maybe we could call this the nickel because it's 5 and nickel's 5 cents, but okay. This is Scribo's second pen design model, which is called the Piuma. And you may recall that we did a video on the Piuma this month. It was a new release from Scribo from Italy, limited to 219 pieces per color. And this is a new introduction into the Scribo brand in that it is a cartridge converter filling system as opposed to the Scribo Feel, which is a piston fill model only. So this is an international style cartridge converter system. As you see here, it does include the converter. It does not include cartridges, but can use standard international cartridges. This particular finish here is called the Utopia, which is an Italian acrylic that has a marbled sort of finish. It's got some colors of gray, blue, like some greens, I guess, in there as well. But it's a pretty solid acrylic through and through. It's a streamlined design so that when you cap it here, the cap is flush with the barrel and you can just only see the little division line that's there. And it's also faceted. So it's faceted on both the clip end here and then also on the side completely opposite to the clip. So you could just rest it here flat, or if you have it open, you could just rest it on either one of the facets that are there. Now, the major calling card about the Scribo Piuma is that it has the same nib that you would find on the feel, and this is what Scribo is all about. Scribo invested so much in the tooling and the nib production that Omas used to produce, and many of the employees are actually former employees of Omas, and they wanted to bring that writing experience and still keep it as part of the heritage of Scribo. So these pens are available in two different nib styles. One is a 14 karat Feel the Flex nib, available in extra fine, fine, medium, or broad. And you have the 18 karat gold Feel the Writing nib, which is available in extra, extra fine, fine, medium, broad, triple broad, and a 1.4 millimeter stub. So it's a lot. It's probably the most robust line of fountain pen nibs besides Sailor that you could come across here, because not only do you have the wide range of different nib grades that would go up in point size, but you also have the ability to have a flex nib on top of that. And trust me when I tell you, being a flex enthusiast, that Scribo makes one of the best flex nibs that are out there, and part of that is due to the custom ebonite feed that they put on both the 14 and 18 karat gold nibs. So this custom ebonite feed is able to produce a really wet writing nib in both 14 and 18 karat gold, but especially it's important for flex nibs because you need to be able to keep up with the demand of the ink flow, especially when you're flexing around. So another appealing aspect of the Piuma, besides its really cool streamlined shape and the cartridge converter system, which may be more convenient if you don't want to fill up as much as with the piston fill mechanism, but it's also less expensive than the Feel. So instead of a $700 price point that usually the Feel would start with, the Piuma starts at $550 with a bit of an extra premium to the extra, extra fine triple broad and stub nibs that are available in the 18 karat gold. So, and when we've gotten these in, they really great response so far, and that's why they land on the number 5 of our top 5 for July 2021. So at number 4, you have a very familiar face to the top 5 recently, and I would give this the rhodium medal at number 4 because this has rhodium trim, is the Sailor Pro Gear British Racing Green standard size fountain pen. So this is a Gold Spot exclusive limited production that you've seen a few months already. I think at the number 3 spot for at least like the last couple months, but it got beat by a few other pens this month. But this is kind of a reintroduction that we had produced late last year, sold out of the 21 karat standard size pretty quickly, and then decided to produce another batch that we launched this year. It's inspired by the iconic national racing color of Britain. British Racing Green can be found in all sorts of different car models and other various aspects of fashion, accessories, things like that, and we've adopted that for this particular Sailor Gold Spot exclusive. It's got a dark green PMMA resin barrel and cap, and then contrasted with translucent grip section, barrel finial, and cap finial, and then you've got the Sailor anchor medallion at the very top. And like I mentioned, this has got rhodium finished appointments, rhodium clip, cap band, and a rhodium finished 21 karat gold nib. The pen fills, and I'm going to open this up and there'll be nothing inside because the converter and the cartridge are inside the box. So the Sailor Pro Gear Standard does fill by Sailor's proprietary cartridge or converter, and both of them are included in the box here. The Pro Gear regular size is a really nice, like ample size, I feel. I have both the Pro Gear regular in a Curazure, and I also have a 1911 large, which is essentially the same size as a Pro Gear, but just with the tapered conical ends. And really it does fit very nicely. I love also the larger size of the 21 karat gold nib versus the 14s. But to each their own. This is just a really nice fit for me, especially like posted and everything. So if I were to look for a particular Pro Gear, I'd be definitely looking for a 21K regular size. The Pro Gear regular is available in 7 different nib sizes that are standard to most Pro Gear regulars, and it's extra fine, fine, medium, broad, zoom, and music nib. At this point, unfortunately, some nibs are completely sold out, and this is nearing the end of its run. So we may not be talking about it next month. There's less than 40 pens remaining of this particular style, and we are not going to be renewing either the Pro Gear Slim or regular of this particular design because we are expecting a brand new color to launch in October. So we've got that. We're working on the final prototype. We're taking pictures and stuff like that. So we're expecting that to pretty much replace this, and well, not replace it exactly, but like it will be something new and exciting that I think will be complementary to the British Racing Green. While it lasts, you could get the Sailor Pro Gear British Racing Green for $312. Is on sale on the website. This is down from an MSRP of $390. Like I mentioned, a few nibs are already out of stock. Unfortunately, those will not be restocked, so head over to goldspot.com to get one of these today. This is your number 4 of our July 2021 top 5. At number 3 on our top 5 list, taking the bronze medal, is the Esterbrook Estie Sea Glass. This is a new addition to the everyday Estie pen collection. It has a marbled, translucent acrylic with tones of yellowish green and aqua running throughout the entire pen. It's matched with either gold or palladium silver appointments, of which really come through, I think, in this design more than the other Esties because of the material's translucency. You could kind of see through the threads here on the barrel, and then could kind of get more of an impression of that gold nib through the cap as well. So it changes the complexion of the entire pen, which I think looks pretty cool. It has a tapered cigar-shaped type profile. It's very classic looking, nicely balanced. It even posts decently as well. One of the unique aspects of the Esterbrook Estie in the fountain pen and rollerball modes is that inside the cap, it's got a spring-tensioned inner cap sleeve that helps keep the pen nice and fresh between writing sessions, so you don't have to worry about the ink drying out on your pen. You can kind of feel that spring tension as soon as you push down and want to cap the pen, so you do need to kind of push and turn in order to cap it, and then just capping it would just be a simple twist. The fountain pen is fitted with a Jowo number 6 stainless steel nib, available in extra fine, fine, medium, broad, and a 1.1 millimeter stub nib. The Esties fill by international cartridge or converter. Both are included to start, so we have also here inside this Esterbrook box is also a cartridge as well as the warranty information. This I have here is the standard size fountain pen, which is on sale for $156. There's also an oversized version, which is slightly bigger and slightly more oversized, which retails for $250 but on sale for $200. There's also the companion rollerball for $148 and also the twist action ballpoint pen for $140. Both of them take a fairly common set of refills, so the ballpoint uses the Parker style type ballpoint refill. The rollerball has an international G2 type refill in it. So there you have our bronze medal winner, the Esterbrook Estie in Sea Glass. Receiving the silver medal is the Conklin Endura Abalone Shell Limited Edition with gunmetal trim. This is a weekly dip special that was selling for up to 44% off the retail price. It's a limited edition of 1,898 pieces, significant to the founding year of Conklin pens in the United States. And it follows a sold-out version of the Rose Gold, which was released, I think, later stages of last year. Each pen is individually numbered, laser engraved on the cap band, and as you would expect of a pen that's called Abalone, this pen's barrel and cap are made of an iridescent layer of authentic New Zealand abalone shell, and matched with gunmetal plated trims here, which look pretty striking and allow the colors, which are very varied on this pen, to stand out and take shape. So you have all sorts of colors that go through this abalone shell, and it has a high degree of pearlescence and chatoyance in the light here, so as you're turning it, you get beautiful array of rainbow-like colors, purples, greens, turquoises, teals. It just looks so outstanding to just appreciate in the light. Nib itself here we have is a Jowo number 6 nib with a non-Jowo feed, available in extra fine, medium, broad, 1.1 millimeter stub, and the OmniFlex nib. The pen fills using an international cartridge converter system, of which the converter is installed. Cartridges are inside the box underneath the platform. The cap screws onto the back of the pen, and I kind of figured out the trick to this. If you want the clip to be like this, like kind of aligning with the nib a bit, you have to kind of put it over on the right side of the nib and then twist it on, and then it kind of still doesn't quite match up entirely, but it does feel a little bit back weighted when you have the metal cap on the back of this pen, so it may not be entirely feasible for you. It does feel pretty solid when you just have the pen itself in hand. The prices for the Conklin Endura Abalone are currently, I'm just going to give you the retail prices because it may be on sale still, may be sold out by the time that you watch this video. I'm not 100% sure. So the ballpoint starts at $115 retail, the rollerball $130, and this fountain pen here is for $145. So you could check out all of the sale prices currently on goldspot.com. It may be available for a little bit better of a price. We did buy out pretty much the last that they had available at Conklin of all of these different pens, and so whatever we have left, we'll just going to be selling them throughout the end, and maybe they'll have a new edition, maybe like in a different trim style or what have you, but they've been producing different trims available in this collection. So while it lasts, come get your number 2, your silver medal winner, the Conklin Endura Abalone Shell pen. And at number 1, your gold medal winner of July 2021's top 5 pens is the Retro 51 Tornado Zen Pencil. This is an exclusive retailer edition that we produced with Retro 51. If you've been following us for a while, you know that the Zen Rollerball was a pen that we released earlier in February that sold out within hours. This is a numbered limited edition of 370 pieces worldwide, which is significant for the 37 individual qualities under the 7 factors of awakening. It has an acid-etched, matte textured barrel to mimic the rippling sand of a Zen garden. And it also has a contrasting glossy river that kind of winds through the entire design with little pink cherry blossom petals that are floating through it. And you have a few cherry blossom trees that are there, as well as some bridges and a little rake and some rocks that are in the details as well. This was designed by Chris, who's our videographer and pointing the camera and stuff like that. So he's probably pretty excited to see this pen jump on the top 5 list once again. We have the Stonewash pewter trims and the Stonewash knurled twist top here. Since this is a pencil version, we don't have the top disc like we would usually have with the rollerballs, but instead we put a pink eraser to bring out the pink cherry blossom petals that are throughout the design there. And to operate the mechanical pencil, and this is rare because we're usually not talking about pencils in this top 5 list, let alone the first spot. So I think this is kind of cool that we're doing this here for a mechanical pencil. But this is a bi-directional twist action pencil mechanism. So twisting one way will retract the point, twisting clockwise here will bring the point out. Ideally you want to have maybe like 1/8 of an inch of the pencil tip out there so that you have just enough to kind of give you a good amount of lead that's out there. You refill the pencil lead by feeding it through the tip here, and then you could also replace the eraser as well. You could pluck it out if you've got a lot of it left on here, but once you wear it down, then you'd have to take out the mechanism here and then use a unfolded paper clip and then poke it out through this end here. Don't worry though, we got you covered when it comes to these erasers and leads, because Retro 51 in the matching packaging here will include a package of a dozen 1.15 millimeter HB leads, as well as a package of 6 pink erasers. So this one we kind of had a little bit of a tussle in thinking about what color eraser to go on top. We were thinking maybe it could be okay with black or maybe just putting white, but we ultimately went with pink, and you can get additionally, you could purchase the white or the black erasers also to customize your Zen pen whichever way you like. So as of this recording, we are actually in the process of continuing to sell the Zen Pencil. It just launched a few hours ago, and that's why I'm saying this was a very, very late entry, just came out of nowhere, took the gold medal, and captured many hearts out there that enjoy a really good mechanical pencil or really beautiful fine writing instrument. Currently, we still have them. I don't know, by the time that you see this video, they may not be available, but they are limit one per person because we want to make sure that as many collectors and pen enthusiasts and pencil enthusiasts can get their hands on this without fearing that it will just all of a sudden be sold out and then goes on the secondary market within hours. The people are trying to then sell them for a lot more than the $52 price point that they currently are at, which we all know when we're shopping Retro 51, as Retro 51 dealers would know, this sometimes happens where it will just sell out really quickly and then all of a sudden you'll see these pencils pop up on eBay for like $200, $300. We don't want that, especially right away. So get your Zen Pencil. If it's still available, I'll put a link in the description so you could check it out. And also too, is I wanted to give a 1A. So if this was like Team Retro and they were doing a tandem like bicycle ride, or they were part of a team that had to come in first together, I would also put the F14 Tomcat rollerball in like a 1A spot, like, because they're basically teammates here. This was launched last month, but the Tomcat has really captured the hearts and minds of our pen enthusiast friends. It is built for those who have a need for speed. This acid-etched barrel and white nickel-plated finish has a sleek design with plenty elements that are taken from an F-14 fighter jet. It's got also military insignias and a colorful nose cone that's here. Everything here just looks so like sleek, aerodynamic. It brings the Retro 51 Warbird collection, which is usually based in World War II airplanes, but this is like a modern jet, which I think there's only the SR-71 Blackbird is the only other one that I know of that is a modern fighter jet that they've done. So this edition has been going fast since we released it last month. It is a open numbered edition, so despite the fact that there are numbers engraved onto the top disc here, it's not limited to a particular number. However, it is also up to us, being that we are the exclusive retailers of the F14, as to whether we'll actually continue it after this first edition is sold out. So it's similar to, let's say, like the pizza or the coffee pen. It's just like, we'll want to have it around as long as people are very interested and excited about this pen. In contrast to the pencil, the rollerball pen, as you may know, uses a Schmidt capless rollerball refill, and the Retro 51 part number is Ref 5P, or the Ref 57P if you like blue, but it does include just the black Ref 5P refill. You could also exchange it for a Parker style type ballpoint refill, which the Retro part number is Ref 71, which is an Easy Flow 9000 type refill. And to go along with your pen, don't forget the Rickshaw Bags commemorative F14 Tomcat pen sleeve, of which then you could slide your Retro 51 pen in and protect it as you're carrying it around with you. It's a really nice sleeve that has the same exact design as the pen itself. And you can get this pen sleeve at goldspot.com exclusively for $24. The pen itself is $56, and it is a limit of 2 per person, 1 for you and 1 for your co-pilot. So there you have it. This is your tandem at number 1, the Retro 51 Tornado Zen Pencil and the Retro 51 Tornado F14 Tomcat. Congratulations to all the competitors in July's Olympic Top 5 Pens. In August, we're looking forward to the world's biggest fountain pen super show. That's right, the DC Pen Show is back. Folks from Goldspot, including yours truly, will be there on Friday, August 6th. Don't be a stranger, pen pals. Feel free to say hi. If you can't make the show, you could still be part of the pen community by following @GoldspotPens on all socials, including our new TikTok account. Find pictures and videos from the show by searching DC Pen Show and DC Pen Show 2021 hashtags. If you're looking for some satisfying writing content, check out our For the Love of Writing video, including TWSBI fountain pens. Experience the artistry and pure joy of writing with a Scribo Flex nib in this video here. Subscribe to the Goldspot Pens channel for more fun pen-related videos right over there. Thank you for watching and stay inky, my friends. Take care.